Hello, my name is Matthew, and I will be doing an instructional video on how to open command prompt and use a few commands for basic network troubleshooting. Some of the commands I will be going over is ipconfig, ipconfig/all, and CLS. To get started, we're going to need to open command prompt. The easiest way to do this is by hitting the Start button, going to All Programs, clicking on Accessories, and Command Prompt. Another way to do this is through the use of keyboard shortcuts. You can do this by holding down the Windows button and hitting R. That'll bring up a Run program to allow you to open programs. You can type in CMD and hit Enter or OK and get your command prompt. And in here, this is where you can type in commands. The first command I'm going to cover is the ipconfig. So it's simply ipconfig. And you hit Enter. And what this does is brings up information about your network connections. This is useful for troubleshooting networks because the first step in troubleshooting is gathering information. And here we can see we get quite a bit of information. Your Ethernet adapter is your local area connection by a cable. It's going to be your RJ45 connection. We can see here the media state is disconnected, so I'm not using a wired connection on this machine. If we scroll up, we can see the wireless LAN adapter. This is my wireless network connection. We can see we have some information here, so we know I'm using my wireless as a connection. We have the IPv4 address, which is the local address of this machine. We have the subnet mask, and what this is it distinguishes what belongs to the network and what belongs to the machine. So the 255.255.255, that says that 10.0.0 belongs to the network, and the .0 at the end pertains to this .13, which means it's specific to this machine. The default gateway is 10.0.0.1. The gateway is my connection to another connection, typically a router in a residential setup. And this is helpful information if you were trying to configure your router. This is where you'd be able to find the address of your router to access the admin page. The next command I'm going to go over is the CLS command. You type in CLS. And what this does is clears your command prompt screen. The next command would be ipconfig/all /all. And what this is it will give you more in-depth information on your network connections. So if we scroll back up to my wireless connection, we can see we have a lot more in-depth information for my wireless connection. We still have the IPv4 address, we still have the subnet mask, and we still have the default gateway. But in addition to, we can see if DHCP is enabled up here. We can also see where the DHCP server is located at, as well as the DNS servers. If you notice, my DHCP server is the same as the default gateway. This means that my router, the gateway, is hosting the DHCP server, meaning my router is giving out IP addresses to the devices connected to my network. We can go back down here and type in CLS again to clear our screen. And again, I covered the ipconfig, the CLS, and the ipconfig all. Now there are a lot more commands you can use for troubleshooting. There's a number of commands you can use for modifying files. This was just a quick tutorial on ipconfig. Thank you very much, and have a good day.